that, so you might have to pick up in between. So
just leave it like this, Tom, if you don't mind.
yeah, sounds good. Gotta love technology, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when it's recording.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Today's coded item of the week is to respect the property of others. Ben Dow, are you on here?
I am. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So that respect for the property of others. So especially on our job sites when we're interacting and working on or near other people's property, it's very easily observed when we treat their property with respect, and it's appreciated, and it goes a long way to getting cooperation for different leeway that we need sometimes. It's just a different way of looking at it, but it also is a huge indication of who we are and what we're about. So just remember to treat the property of others as if it were your own, and it's a very personal thing when people feel like we're messing with their property.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Today's safety news, we have 8 days without a recordable injury, 8 days without a first aid injury, and 9 days without a vehicle incident.
Good week.
Nice.
I believe the longest I've seen without a vehicle incident in a while, so we're doing good. Finally turning a page, I think, so.
Yeah, good.
All right, so today we're going to talk about forklifts. We have 2 types of forklifts at ECI, and I might have seen a third in the backyard, but I'm not sure if it's ours or not. So we have the Class 4 forklifts, which we have in the shop and around the shop, and then we have the Class 7 forklifts, which are the telehandlers, and you'll see those on sites. So our main hazards are, well, you have roughly 87 deaths a year in the construction and general industries combined. Most of them are preventable. They can be from rollovers, pedestrian impacts, falling loads, or coming into contact with overhead utilities. Our best practices, you must be certified and trained. You have to be recertified on that every 2 years, and it's a documented competency check after the first year. So first year, you're going to have the test and the written test and the practical test and all that, and then it's just a documented competency check thereafter. You have to inspect prior to operating and report any issues to Pat or anybody else in the shop. Lift within the load capacity of the forklift, understanding your load chart and everything like that and what it's rated for. And make sure that if you're approaching a forklift that you make eye contact before approaching, and also as you're operating the forklift, if you're coming to an intersection or something like that, make sure to toot your horn real quick just so people know you're coming. Obviously your view is not the best looking forward, so if you have to, drive in reverse. So when you're driving a forklift, you want to keep it slow. It's not a race. Do not travel with a raised load. Make sure to keep it low to the ground, just like anything else with forks you might operate. Always keep your load uphill. So if you're going down, you want to have the load uphill of you. And if you're going up, you want to have the load uphill of you. Obviously, if you're going uphill, that's when you really have the least visibility of what's going on in front of you. And once again, if you're going downhill, travel in reverse. And then always be careful rear end swing. It's almost like driving your truck backwards when you're operating a forklift, just with how the wheels turn. And other hazards you might have, the ones in the shop are propane powered. So make sure to wear gloves and safety glasses while you're handling the propane and monitor for leaks. You can get some pretty good frostbite from one of those. And always remember that forklifts are less stable when they're unloaded. Obviously, if they're overloaded, they're also unstable. But when they have an appropriate load, that is when their center of gravity is the most centered and they'll be the most stable. But anytime that you're operating a forklift, just make sure to go slow, especially if you're on any sort of uneven ground.
Seatbelts. It's one of the biggest violations we see just around here is guys forgetting to put their seatbelt on.
Yeah. And OSHA and VOSHA love citing forklift stuff. So.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing to spot from the office when you see somebody go by without the seatbelt on.
Let's wear them, guys.
Was that Tommy?
So true. Yeah, no, you can't use forklifts. Yeah, go grab your 7.
Okay, well,
Hey, all set?
Yep, all set on our end. Anyone, any questions? If not, pass over you, Ken.
All right, I'll take over the screen. Okay, let's see if this is the right one. See my screen?
We got it. Thanks, Tom.
Okay. Safe forklift practices. All right. Thank you, guys. So for announcements this week, we have a prescription drug coverage and Medicare announcement. So there's a link right there. And congratulations to Jake Farino for promotion to field supervisor.
Good
Great.
job.
Congratulations, Jake. And a reminder that cold weather is coming. There might even be some frost pockets around this weekend. And so it's time to start winterizing equipment. There's probably a lot of any kind of water type systems, pumps, like the Cold Plain Mill has a water tank and water system. The drillers have lots of things like that. So keep that in mind. It's going to start getting cold here. And Monday is the Columbus and Indigenous Peoples Day. So that's a state and federal holiday, and probably other offices for businesses, certain businesses might be closed. We are open. And I have the links to the social media here. So I want to restate the ECI fall celebration for 2024. So all employees are encouraged to attend this meeting to celebrate our accomplishments and discuss our future. And that'll be held on Friday the 1st, 2 to 5 p.m. at the Doubletree by Hilton over in South Burlington. That's the old Sheraton Hotel. It's at the conference center in the back. We have this new preventative care rewards program. And there's a $25 gift card for everybody who's enrolled. And Ben Dow, I understand that from the write-up that you're automatically enrolled if you had you have to have an annual physical from your provider or Champlain Medical. But I read from the document from Gina that you're automatically enrolled. Is that correct? I was curious about that.
Yeah, she probably said that, I believe, since she's able to discover from Champlain Medical and from our own people that have our own insurance. Right. Gina already can see who's had a physical because we get reports on that.
Okay.
So those people are automatically enrolled. If we had a physical this year, and it was through our insurance or through Champlain Medical, Gina will already know about it.
Right. Okay. So
due to the data. So other people, like if you're on your spouse's, or if you went to another place and you had one, there's no way for her to discover it. So that's why she wants us to provide something so we can get on and get our gift card and our chance to win the gift card raffle. Yeah. And I think this is also something that was presented as an idea from the safety committee. So thank your safety committee members, because I believe some of this originated from them.
Oh, good.
And can I just make one change?
There you are, Gina.
I'm here. So it's not a $25 gift card, it's a $50 gift card.
She upped it, Ken.
I made a mistake.
So, you did.
Oh,
I mean,
my.
yeah, $50. So and I'll just say, like, yeah, $50. And I think it's going to be to a grocery store. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. We tried to think of something healthy, and that way you can go and get whatever you want for Christmas dinner or whatever. Yeah, and if you haven't had your physical, probably the best way to do it, or the quickest way, because you have to have it done by December 1st, is to go to Champlain Medical. I know, like, to call your primary physician and try to get in for a physical, it takes months. But then the good news is that we're hoping to continue this program right into 2025. So it'd be a brand new year. So if you didn't do it this fall, you've got time to jump on board for next year. And we're hoping that with the participation in this year's program, that Cigna will give us even more money towards our wellness program, and we can maybe up that gift card in the raffle. And hopefully we do more than 250 raffle. Hopefully we'll have like a few extra dollars to do a couple of them. So get your physical.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's great.
If I could jump in, I just want to put a plug in for the concept of joining the wellness program. If you join the wellness program, you'll get a physical, and this is a great opportunity to do that with a potential reward if you do.
Yes.
And that's what I was going to say. I think that's where it originated, right? Heath, it was the safety committee trying to figure out how to promote our wellness program, right? So that's cool.
That's cool that it originated from that group.
Yeah, join the wellness program is kind of what they were trying to get at.
Okay, all right. Thanks, and thanks for joining us this morning, Gina.
Nice.
There's the rail crew from a couple of years ago wearing their pink October Breast Care Awareness Month T-shirts. So it's October, so actually, my pink ones are in the wash, so I don't have my pink one on, but I would. Actually, I put one on last night from my drawer, and it was my wife's, so it was too small, so I took it off. All right, so also you can buy the shirts, the T-shirts, the sweatshirts, and all the proceeds go to breast cancer, some breast cancer charity. We have in the past done the UVM Cancer Foundation or UVM Foundation, the Cancer Research Group. But check with Sarah for more details and orders. And we had the ECI Wellness Care, Primary Care Wellness Program Summary. Just a couple of things here. The EAP and the Wellness Program, I think we'll leave that announcement on the gift cards for another week, and then we'll add it because it's going to be an ongoing thing. We'll kind of restructure this little segment here and add that in. So this week we are talking about the slab repairs down at the Orleans Elementary School in Orleans, Vermont. So we got a call back earlier in the summer from Engineering Ventures, and we were eventually contracted with the Orleans School District to make concrete repairs to their elementary school building on School Street in Orleans. And it was the damages caused by a water main or a fire main break, really, back on May 13th. The pipe broke under the slab just inside of the front entrance stairwell, so not a very good place, obviously. Undermined a significant portion of concrete in the stairwell and adjacent 22 by 28 foot art room. The school was disrupted. Obviously, that's a pretty serious thing. It was like totally flooded, and resulted in relocation of all classes to different school district locations. The break resulted in significant water damage throughout the building, and the school department spent much of the summer, pretty much all summer, and then some, remediating the moisture problem. The final repairs included ECI's concrete work just prior to the start of the school year. And ECI's scope of work included replacement of, that was 6-inch, somehow I got a typo there, fire protection water line from outside the building into the standpipe inside the stairwell, including gate valve, wall penetration fittings, and thrust blocks. We did the entrance area, stairwell repairs with some saw cutting, demolition, partial removal of concrete floor slab, and backfill with flow fill to the bottom of the slab and concrete slab replacement patches. And then the art room slab repairs was removal of disturbed soils, installation of 12 inches of crushed stone and vapor barrier, installation of 4-inch thick slab, and the concrete encapsulation of crawl space under the gymnasium because of the moisture problem that persisted after. There's a low point in the building. We did flow fill grout filling between the timber sleepers and did a vapor barrier and zip strip joints with a 3-inch wire reinforced concrete layer on top. That all sound right, Ronnie? You out there?
Yeah, that sounded pretty good, Ken.
Okay. So this is a plan view, kind of the entrance area on the right side, and with actually that little square frame with dimensions there, that's like the stairwell support, which was partially undermined. And then the art room is on the left side. And there was a hole underneath the footing between the two. And then this is a plan underneath the gymnasium. And so Ronnie, I forget how it really was. I mean, there was boards, and I don't remember, they were oak boards or something that were just in the old.
They were oak sleepers that were poured into the concrete, and
Yeah.
they removed them, and we had to put vapor barrier down before we put the concrete on top of this, and they were worried about the vapor barrier getting cut, so we had to fill them in with flow fill. We just basically wet it up and dumped it and just pretty much just squeegeed it around and filled all them voids, and then we
Right.
put the vapor barrier down, the wire mesh, and then we poured the 3-inch cap on top of it.
So that detail on the bottom right shows.
Correct. That's the detail that where the sleepers, that's how the sleepers were in there. And then
Right.
obviously now they're removed and it's just showing that detail to fill them
Yeah,
in.
goofy
There's a lot
little angled beveled edge to the timbers, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it was. I can't recall. Was that an old floor, like, and they had flooring on top?
Yeah, that used to be
Yeah.
their gym floor. And
Yeah.
then they and at some point they raised it up about 3.5, 4 feet, probably about 4 feet. And then
Yeah.
they did a wooden floor on top. So they had like this crawl space that was about 4 foot crawl space that, it's a lot of wasted space, but they used it for storage. So it was good that we put that slab in there. Now they had a nice slab to put their storage back in there.
So 1922 is the construction year for the building. It's really just it's a fire exit entry, but it's to the stairwell there, and then the art room is behind that window.
Correct.
And there's looking into towards the outside, but you can see after all the remediation folks that came in, contractors had to remove all the drywall up to a couple feet or so to get the
And that,
moisture.
if you see that hole right in front of the stairs right there on the
Oh, yeah.
on the right hand side, that, believe it or not, took about almost 8 yards of flow fill to fill underneath the void underneath that slab.
They definitely had a problem. So this is the hole you're talking about right there.
Yep. Yeah, it was,
8 yards. I wouldn't have guessed.
yeah, we didn't either, we probably used 7.5 of it, but we ordered 8 and it worked out well.
So this is when we inspected it when they called us in back in July or so.
Yeah,
And
this
that's
is the art room.
Yep.
No easy way to get the dirt out. So
Right.
we ended up using conveyors out through the window, and the guys hand shoveled it all
Yep.
onto the conveyor, and then the stone came back in the same way.
So this is before the work started. This is when
Yeah,
during our
this is under the gym floor. This is the existing gym floor that you can see all the sleeper holes there. You can see like where we filled all them sleeper holes in with flow fill. This was
and
Rob's.
the water line. We placed the water line.
Yeah, and I think Alan Nuddin and Rob Smith, I think, and their crew
Yep.
did this part of it.
See, there's the main entrance off to the left of the excavator.
Yep.
There's your conveyor set up right through the window.
Yeah, we had a lot of big stones. That was a lot of work right there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like ideal, sub base for your concrete slab. I don't know what they were thinking there.
No.
And there's a piling up outside and reloading a truck.
Yep.
Then material had to go back in. Whoops.
Yeah. This is the stone going back in.
Yep, there's a pile of it on the ground there.
Yeah, the conveyor doesn't, you know, the stone kept getting kind of caught in the conveyor, so it was kind of a.
Sorry. Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
It
better
wasn't
than
that fun.
better than driving a wheelbarrow full down the stairs.
That's for sure. But that's kind of how we did it. We just did wheelbarrows around and shoved it around, and
Yeah, there's your vapor barrier.
the guys pretty much did it in a couple of days. So they worked hard, and we just got done pouring the slab.
Yep. I don't have any finished.
Yeah, I don't think I got any either, Ken.
Yeah. And downstairs with low headroom, ducking it.
This
And
is us filling all them sleepers in.
Yeah.
You see, we just basically just piled it and just kind of kept pulling it around with squeegees and
Squeegee
come alongs and got them all filled in and flattened it out best we could.
So the flow fill must pump nice.
Yeah, it did. It actually.
No aggregate stuck in it, I'm assuming.
No,
You never know what comes through though.
this is actually the flow fill. When we got done
Yep.
with the flow fill, we just pretty much just covered the whole floor and just kept squeegeeing it around.
Yep.
And now we're pouring the slab. It was a little tight. Some of us, it wasn't as bad as some of the other guys there that were a little bit taller, but
Right.
it actually went pretty good. Actually, I was pretty surprised. And then you can see the zip strip. They wanted it all saw cut in between the columns, so instead of trying to get a saw cut in there and trying to cut that, we decided we just went with zip strip and dropped it in as we went, and I think it worked out well.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot easier. You know, you tie your points together versus a saw having to come up to one of those raised columns.
And the zip strip went nice and tight to all the columns and everything pretty much. So I think it worked out better than trying to saw cut it myself. I think Jim was taking some cylinders. That's just us pouring inside there.
Yep.
That was the finished product in that part.
Okay. Probably didn't have any special finish on that floor.
No, we didn't. We just both floated. That's all they wanted. They didn't want us to do anything special because really not going to use it for nothing but storage anyways.
Right.
And the whole purpose was just for the moisture.
Yeah. So I have a picture of the temporary Route 5 bridge installation for the Rygate culvert replacement in East Rygate back in January 2015. And one of the reasons I put this picture in is because it's Jason Rowell standing there. He's the inspector that actually their company worked for us as the quality assurance consultant. And Jason is now with the Orleans School District and was involved in our project here.
Huh.
He lives up in Albany, Vermont. So that's what I got. I'll turn it back over to the safety department. Thank you, Ronnie, and good job on the project, everybody. Have a safe day out there.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Tom. If you're watching a group setting, please send over to Tom or myself the group that you watched the meeting in so we can capture attendance. Let's continue those good safety stats for over the last 7 days. Let's finish this week out strong. Let's have a safe day.
Okay, have a good one.
You guys.